All right. So, obviously, if everybody, I'm sure, is aware at this point, mainly in the Genshin community, about the giant drama and fiascos going on with Tectone against essentially everyone. This stems from years and years of Genshin Impact not really giving much back to their player base. And so, frustrations build, obviously. I mean, it's a game that people play and they love, and, they want to support it. But, typically in mobile game fashion, they want their developers to reward the players for sticking around or for giant celebrations like for anniversaries, New Year's, so on and so forth. That Genshin continued to not meet the expected standard that a lot of other mobile games have set. And so with the update and coming out, the most recent 4.4, and then anniversary very, very close, a lot of people are talking about how Genshin continues to do lack of rewards for players and not really giving them a whole lot. Now, this has further been capitulated by Honkai Star Rail, another game produced by Hoyoverse, different director, so keep that in mind, giving out a ton of free just currency and just stellar jades, also giving out a free 5-star character in Dr. Ratio. And in turn, the memes started showing up all over the Gacha Gaming subreddit, as well as Honkai's, as well as Genshin, that Genshin would never do this. And no, they probably wouldn't. Now, granted, Honkai is entering their 2.0 update, and Genshin's in their 4.4, and Genshin has never done that. So, yeah, you kind of could look at them a little bit negatively that Honkai Star Rail did this. But remember, I think a key point in this is that, different director for the game. So, it's a little thing to keep in mind. So, that happened. And a lot of players decided, you know what, we're going to boycott Genshin. We're not going to spend a whole lot of money on the game. That's fine. Everyone has their own individual right to do whatever they want. I know for myself, with other mobile game that I play, One Piece Treasure Cruise, a while back, a lot of people were doing the same thing. And, I didn't really spend a whole lot, maybe a couple dollars here and there, or whatever, no big deal. But something that is slightly different, I would say, is that Hoyoverse has content creators that they pay to help endorse and, I wouldn't say really promote at this point their game, but provide further in-depth analysis on characters prior to them being released. And then once they're released, they're able to upload or make public those videos for the content creators' benefit of, further views, and also Hoyoverse's benefit to, hey, talk good about this character so more people want to spend money. So a content creator, obviously by the name of Tectone, I don't, whether you know him or not, that's whatever, decided to expose people for being in the, quote unquote pocket of Hoyoverse. Now, this is a player who is always clamoring, free to play this, free to play that. It's like, okay, dude, we get it. So he decides to go and expose in his loud and abrasive way to his live stream people and in YouTube videos that, so and so is in the pocket, so and so is in the pocket, and he also posts it on the thumbnails. Examples being Asian Envy, also going after a bunch of other people. So because of this, it has created a snowball effect in that many communities are now, fighting one another. I was personally just in Envy stream a couple days ago, and, I enjoy Envy whether he is in Hoyoverse's pocket or not. I honestly don't care. I care about the person and if they provide entertaining content for myself. And I think he's a very chill guy. and I enjoy listening to talk about certain stuff and for builds and whatnot. And then people started jumping in and started bashing him, trying to donate or whatever, and include not so friendly messages. So frustration builds, just human nature. You're constantly being bombarded with negative comments, negative energy. Human nature is to be frustrated or say something. So he ended up posting a tweet. I'm not going to post it because I don't follow any of these guys on Twitter, so whatever. Actually, I might. Anyways, moving on. So I just watched MTash's video about how the Genshin community is kind of imploding on itself, and that it has done so prior. I don't know the prior instances to when this happened, but obviously now I do. And the fact that content creators' voices, whether they like it or not, are heard by people, and individuals take it upon themselves to go out and be, in a negative manner, making things worse. Personally, I think that Tectone is actually in the wrong here. He should just keep his mouth shut. Honestly, it doesn't matter if these content creators are getting paid by Horrorverse or not, because they have their own livelihoods, they have their own individual life that they are trying to live. It's bills, it's groceries, it's a bunch of stuff that helps pay for all of that, which is human necessities. And I think the fact that it keeps going on for so long is because Tectone is looking for attention. He's looking for further money growth because, doing all drama stuff. I mean, granted, I'm not in, the clean air too. Obviously, I'm making a video about this. But further uploading drama stuff entices more people to come and view it, whether they see it on a different channel, like, okay, what's the source? Where's all this information coming from? And so I think he's doing that to help drive his own views up so he gets more and more money in a selfish way. And also his Twitch streams have been having drama like plastered all over the titles, and when you get a Twitch notification on your phone, it's plastered everywhere. So I honestly think at this point, one of two things need to happen. I think either people need to take it upon themselves to separate themselves from Tectone, and the group, that particular group of other individuals, viewers included, who have a negative connotation towards content creators trying to make videos and meet their quotas on how much videos they need to make for their own self-sustainability. The opposite thing is, I think at this point the Genshin community is just going to fall and crumble, because so many other content creators are just not enjoying Tectone, and just his constant, attacking them, whether he intends to or not. I feel like he kind of is a little bit. It's very negative, and it needs to stop, because, you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again is basically like crying wolf. People are going to end up getting tired of it. I know seeing a lot of other content creators are just absolutely tired of it, and guess what? You get muted, you get blocked or whatever, and your networking starts to shrink. It's just not a good idea. So I think he needs to stop, just for not only his own sake, because guess what? It will run dry. That's just inevitable. But also for the broader Genshin community, it's not good for the whole community. It's not good for the game. And you should not berate somebody if there's a quote unquote protest going on against the game because of lack of rewards or lack of resources and all that. If somebody wants to spend money on a game, they're entitled to do that. You have no right to call them out and say, oh yeah, they're this or they're that. Like who do you think you are doing that? So I personally don't support Tectone. I think he's honestly kind of a dick and an asshole, and shouldn't have the platform that he has